Okay, Tamara, so I am going to show you how to use the disc of photos that you have to make the kind of prints that you were looking for, the 8x10 verticals. So I've made myself a copy of the disc, just like the one I given to you. The only difference is on this disc is the 8x10 files that I had made for you after we talked, and I just saved them in the folder. So they're also in here, but I'm not going to be using them. I'm going to be using the regular standard size files that you also received. So popping those in. I've pulled up 3 photo sites. We are going to look at Costco, London Drugs, and Shutterbee. So I'm going to show you how you can easily use these photos to do the same thing on all the sites. So let's start with Costco. So in here, in the photo center, I'm going to go upload photos. And I'm going to upload photos from my computer. And so now it's saying drag and drop your photos here. So over here, I'm going to find the disk drive, which is D in my case. And I'm going to look at one of the photos that you had asked for in an 8x10 vertical. So one of them was obviously the 1131. So I'm going to be taking this 1131 over here. I'm going to upload it. So start upload. Okay, so here's my photo, and I am going to click to select this photo, and then I'm going to go order selected prints. So it's taking me to another page. Here's the photo. Up here, I'm going to choose, not going to take a 4x6, I'm going to choose 8x10. So 1, and then I'm going to click apply. So now this over here is showing me that there's going to be a cropping warning. It's going to show this little cropping tool if the photo is going to be cropped. And that is because you cannot make an 8x10 out of, say, an 8x12 without cropping an inch off each side. So that would be the 8x10 is the 4:5 ratio. 8x12 is a 3:2 ratio, which is standard, and that's how every camera takes photos. So we'll go down here. So here is my little picture. We've clicked 8x10. So I'm going to click on this. Here is your image. The yellow box shows me what an 8x10 looks like. So I could make an 8x10 that looks like this, or I could make an 8x10 that looks like this. But no matter what I do, I can't get the whole entire photo in because 10 inches is 2 inches shorter than 12 inches. So now we wanted to do you wanted a vertical photo. When it comes to photos, we don't really speak in terms of vertical or horizontal. It's portrait or landscape. So portrait is your vertical photo, landscape is your horizontal photo. So I'm going to click portrait. And it's now showing me what an 8x10 looks like cropped in a portrait or a vertical. So here's my yellow box. Okay, that looks good. So now I'm going to go done.
You want to apply the crop.
Oh. Yes, apply crop. And done. And so there is the photo now in my cart, and it's showing that it's going to cost me $1.89, and I'm going to go continue. And so this is where it would want me to just tell them where I'm going to pick up my print. So that was Costco, showing you making an 8x10 vertical on the Costco website. Now we're going to go to London Drugs website. I'm already in the photo lab here, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up to order prints. This time I'm going to do two of your photos, 2 of the different ones. So I have 1201 and 1178. I've already uploaded them. So you can tell that these are the wide horizontal photos, the exact same ones that you have. And I am going to click on the photo, and then over here I'm going to choose to make an 8x10 So I'm going to click one 8x10, and then I'm going to do the same with this one. So I've clicked it to select it, and one 8x10. So now it's showing me my photos here. And we are going to check out. So now that I'm going to check out, now it's showing me on London Drugs, it's showing the green box. The green box is showing where the photo is gonna crop. So right now it's already showing me what an 8x10 vertical is looking like. I could also go horizontal. So this one's easy as well. You just click the little box here and it will go back and forth to show you what an 8x10 looks like. So if I dragged it over like this is gonna be the 8x10 that you get. If I dragged it over here, that would be the 8x10 that you're printing, but I'm gonna put it right in the middle, obviously, because that's what you're gonna want. And so then we have the same on this one. So a vertical photo, and I'm just going to use the 8x12. Like if we were looking at an 8x12 photo, to make an 8x10 portrait, you would need to be cutting off 4 inches from the width of the photo. So that's why you're always going to lose some of your photo, but we can still make that 8x10 vertical photo, portrait photo. So there we go. Now we are just going to click next, and then again it's just going to show us that we've now added our 2 8x10s to the cart, and all you would have to do from that point is pick up in store, choose where you're going to pick up, so or you can also have them shipped to your house. So lastly, we're going to go over to the Shutterbees website. We're going to go prints, standard prints, because we're just looking at regular old 8x10s. So I'm going to click here, upload photos. So I'm going to click to add photos. Can you hold this for me for a second, Stacy? Okay, so I'm going to choose, let's see, this 1483 was one, and 1464. So you can see here that I'm choosing those landscape size photos. The same ones is the one you have. I'm gonna give this to you again for a second. Gonna open. Thanks. Okay, and so now our photos here are just showing me that, yep, they've uploaded. So I'm gonna click on this photo and I'm gonna choose 8x10. So this is kind of like London Drugs again. 8x10, and on this one, and I'm gonna choose 8x10. And now we are going to go check out, and exactly like London Drugs, it's showing me the same thing, the green box. So now here I'm going to turn the green box. So this is going to be my crop, whatever's inside the green box. This is now a vertical 8x10 print. And the same thing here, we're going to rotate the green box, move the green box over. Whatever's in the green box is going to be what your 8x10 is going to look like. So now that I have them like that, we're going to go next. And they're obviously using the exact same provider as London Drugs because everything looks very similar. So next,
and add for special instructions or whatever, not to.
So now those 2 8x10s are in my cart, and I would just go through the process of next or whatnot, and put in my information so that I could pick them up. So that is exactly how you would use your files to make vertical prints. The only other thing that Stacy was just mentioning is that with all my photos, I tell you the same thing. You want to make sure that they're not auto-correcting or auto-enhancing your photos. Shutterbees usually knows just automatically by seeing the CAS images files, but I know Costco for sure has that little option. And I think I've printed at Shutterbees once, and I think that they have a place where you can put in notes, and I think I just wrote it in there. So there we have it, making your 8x10s out of your 8x12 files. So here I'm going to show you one other thing. This is in Photoshop right now, but I'm going to show you why. This is one of the photos that I dragged in here earlier. We have beautiful baby Olivia. So this is file 1311. So I'm going to grab the original. 1311. So this is an example of turning, this is your horizontal image. So you cannot flip an image to be vertical. You cannot just flip it. This is what happens if you flip it, is it would go this way. So what you are actually talking about wanting to do is cropping your photo. So we're going to rotate that back to where it was. So in this case, up here, I have the 2:3 ratio, which is 8:12. So that's where the box is right now, the little dotted line. So if I change my ratio up here to be 8:10, you can see that the ratio just changed to 4:5 because that's a completely different size than your 8:12. So this is what an 8:10 where the box is. This is what an 8:10 horizontal is going to look like. And if I really wanted to print an 8:10 portrait, well then it's going to look more something like this. You can't fit in that whole little bed that she's laying on. It just is the way math works, that you can't fit something bigger into something smaller without losing some of the inches. So anyway, there we are, and hopefully that's helped you and helped you to understand how to use your photos to make prints. Okay, thank you.